I recently came across a cushion foundation that has been getting huge amounts of interest on social media. In fact, in the last few months, it's actually gone viral. I wanted to try it, so I did. And today I am going to show you why it has blown up and some clever application techniques. Hello lovely people, welcome to my YouTube channel, Hey Spring Chicken. My name is Cordelia, and if you're a returning viewer, it's good to have you back. And if you're new here, welcome. Today's topic is Tear Red Mask Cushion Foundation. Bit of backstory about Tear. It started its life in 2016 and was actually a Korean influencer and has been growing, and it's got a lot of following. In fact, the Tear Cushion Foundation that we're going to trial today is Japan's best selling foundation. So even though it's South Korean, it's the #1 selling foundation and sells one of these every 4 seconds. The ladies of South Korea have been using cushion foundation for an awfully long time. In fact, I know we had them here in the West a few years ago, but really they're not as popular as they are in South Korea. And that's primarily because the effect that it gives is this dewy skin with the glass-like complexion, which they love. And we look to emulate that. The texture of this cushion foundation is in a class of its own. Key benefits. Well, I've mentioned a few of them already. The buildability, the lightweight formula, the class of its own texture. But if that wasn't enough, they also say that this will last on your face once applied for 72 hours. Now, although we're going to do a wear test, we are not going to put it on and leave it on for 72 hours. Those days are long gone, and I take my makeup off every single night. We will be doing a really good long wear test. I purchased mine from Stylevarna. However, I have seen it on YesStyle at $19.99 and on Amazon at $36.99. So Stylevarna is by far the cheapest. And what I will do is I will add the links down below where I will attach not just the Tear, but all of the products that I'm going to use today. Some of them may have affiliate links, which mean if you click and purchase, I will receive a teeny tiny commission, for which thank you. Back to the Tear. I mean, let's talk about the packaging. The editor has actually said, I'd just buy that for the box. And he's right. It's so tactile. It's so utterly gorgeous. The first time I saw this, I was watching Robert Welsh. I'll add his links somewhere up there. And Robert was showing the best way to apply it, because there are many incorrect ways. I followed his tutorial, and we are going to do the same today. But the packaging, honestly, this is so lovely. It's got a little pad, there we go, and there it is. Now mine is in the shade of 23N Sand, and there are 20 other shades. I tried this yesterday for the very first time, and I was extraordinarily impressed. And I am hoping today for the camera I will be impressed again, and hopefully you will be. So let's start. When I ordered the Tear Cushion Foundation, I was rather taken with some of the other products that she was selling. I was tempted to buy the Tear Ceramic Cream. Now, I have a really good moisturiser. I use the TRINNY Bounce Back. But I thought, if we're going to use the cushion foundation, let's use the Tear Ceramic Cream beforehand. No smell. It's got a slight shimmer iridescence to it, which will hopefully give the illusion of glass skin. So this is on my skin right now. It took a little while to absorb. Now we're going to add some primer, and the primer I'm going to use is Hamish's Artless Glow Base, also K-Beauty. Reason I like this is A, because it's got a glow to it, and B, because it's got an SPF of 50. So I don't need to have additional sun cream, and I have no other makeup on. No concealer, no nothing. The little pad, put it on your fingers like so you've got more maneuverability. That was the tip from Robert. And what we do is we just dab it on there. We don't pick up too much product. So you can see there's quite a lot on there, but let's see how we go. Now, what you need to do is tap, not swipe. The coverage with just one dab is phenomenal. It's really stretching out. This is quite nice actually, the tapping. It looks a little dark. Now when I used it yesterday we had a lot better weather. So into the hairline. One of the mistakes that Robert noted was that people were overfilling their pad. So it's not patching, it's just going on beautifully. I'm going to dab a little, and that really is a little, just to blend down into the neck. This is a piece of cake to apply. So I'm just using my fingers to push into the corner of the eye. I'm going to put some more makeup on my face. I've just placed the concealer, which is the Beauty Pie Super Luminous. Not quite sure it goes with the cushion foundation, but we're going to continue on anyway. This is lovely. I really like this. To use powder today. I nearly always use TRINNY Eye to Eye cream, but today I'm going to go back to my old favourite, which is a Rimmel Magnify Blush Edition, and I'm going to use the 3-1 technique that I absolutely love, which is just literally, we're just going to go down the next colour, this one. The editor did say that it did shine a lot, and perhaps putting on the makeup has downplayed it. I like shine, I like shimmer, perhaps perfect for the evening, but nevertheless, what I would really like to do is the wear test. We will come back to camera in 5 hours time and then again later this evening. But so far, this has been the easiest application. The only one thing I would say is, even though Robert said only use a little, I clearly did apply too much. So when he says use a little, use a little. It's mid-afternoon and 5 hours since I first applied the Tear makeup, and I thought it would be good to have a look, see how the makeup is faring. And I'm actually quite pleased. If you look at my forehead, you can see the shine is still on there. I haven't touched up my makeup at all, so what you're seeing is actually for real. The only thing I've done is put a bit of lipstick on. I've noticed that it's perhaps thinning a little on the upper lip, and I think that was because I got awfully hot when I was walking the dog. We'll come back and see how this fares in another 5 hours, but so far I am very pleased with how it's wearing at the moment. So I promised I'd come back for the second update, and luckily, because we're in summer, it's still light. This will enable us to see how the Tear foundation has fared. Okay, let's have a look. So what I'm noticing right away is there is this porcelain look on my skin, or certainly on certain parts of my skin. Where it's missing is where I place the other bits of makeup, the blusher and the bronzer. That hasn't worn as well. What normally happens with foundation and me after a long period of time is it really cakes around here. So we're looking here, and it hasn't caked. In fact, it hasn't caked anywhere. Now my under eyes, they are a little chalky, but that's because concealer is dried. I think you'll agree, that is pretty good. I am well chuffed. I'm well happy with how it's looking. I do not wear foundation very often because of the problems that my sensitive dry skin has. It will ordinarily cake and it doesn't look good after a few hours, never mind 12 hours. Without a doubt, this is the best foundation that I have used in a very long time. Certainly in my mature years, this has exceeded my expectations. I didn't think it would. I certainly didn't think that using this little cushion pad would create the coverage that it did. Whilst I was on the Starvana website, I noticed quite a few other things by Tia, and I purchased the ceramic cream, which I wore today, and I loved it. But Starvana also sent me some free samples. They sent me a week's supply of snail mucin, and it looks like Cosrx, but it isn't, and it's a moisturiser. It's gorgeous, so I will be trying that. That will be in my next Starvana haul. So I'm going to give this, the Tia, a 10 out of 10 because I can't see how it can be any better. The colour choice, perhaps I could have gone slightly lighter, but this would be great in the summer. I would be really interested to hear, have you tried a cushion foundation, or have you tried the Tia and what your thoughts are? Most of the reviews that I've read have been extraordinarily positive, but I would like to hear your view. And if you enjoyed the video, which I hope you did, press the like button, and while you're at it, ding the bell, because when you ding the bell, it alerts you to content that we're uploading like this every single week. And you may as well subscribe, because that lets the algorithm know we're doing something right somewhere. But in the meantime, if you've made it this far, I want to thank you and enjoy the rest of your day, morning, evening, weekend, wherever you are in the world, and I will see you soon. Thank you. Now, one thing I want to say, no, I don't want to say that.
What about that little bit of concealer you put on that spot on your nose?
I can't see a spot on my nose.
Okay,
Oh, yeah.
no, nor can I. That box is just gorgeous, isn't
Yeah.
it? Yeah, I mean, even without the makeup.
It is.
It's just so attractive.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd buy that just for the box.